So I'm blocking a lot more people from commenting on the channel just simply because I want to. You see, a lot of these folks are, trolls. They are hecklers. And whenever you're talking about something, based on the way they actually perceive the information, they'll heckle you. One of them was bragging about it yesterday, was creating, secondary accounts. I'm not going to show you their name. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to show you their comment, even though I still have it on my notification. And they came out to the channel and they started to say something that was weird about a video. And I think they didn't watch the video. They saw the thumbnail and they started comparing me to other YouTubers that have probably given them a little bit of emotional trauma, because a lot of these folk are, in a sense, somewhat bound to their box that they play on. And I think that's idolatry. That's them worshiping something that they shouldn't. So when I attack the box because of how they're attached to it, they get in their feelings. I've said it before. I'm not attacking you if you're playing on Xbox or PlayStation. When I go hard against console, I'm attacking the business model because it does not have as good a value as you can get, say, if you were playing on PC, which provides you a lot more in terms of value, and you get access to basically the majority of games anyways. The exclusivity thing, especially with third-party exclusives, seem to now, not be paying off and such. So what I've been doing is I've been blocking these folks because I've seen it. It really does get to them. It upsets them. They'll create a second account. They'll comment again. So now that I know that, so blocking you from commenting is actually, in a sense, abrasive to you, because you come on the comment section and you start, calling me names, calling me PC nerd and all that stuff. I mean, I'm a PC nerd, but, you don't just throw that word out there like just to, berate me. I will block you. Now, the reason I'm doing this, and I'm sure some people will say, free speech and stuff. Sure, I believe in free speech. I also believe in, shutting my door to my house so that, you can talk in the road, but I don't have to hear it. So that's also another way to go. Because simply we're in a position in a precipice in the gaming industry where if we do not actually stand up as gamers to actually show these companies what it is that we like or what it is that we want, they will continue to, in a sense, take advantage of us at every point. And we cannot have such cultish fanboyism actually come into the conversation unless they're willing to take an objective or a more neutral approach. And that's exactly what it is that I'm seeing here. It's not easy to take a neutral approach, especially when, you have a lot of investment into an ecosystem or a platform. But at the end of the day, you already, put in investment is not really affected because you enjoyed the platform, and that's why you put the investment in. However, when the platform is getting corroded by its own business practices that are crazy, business practices that don't benefit you, you really have to say something. Look at this particular instance right now. Concord just got, all of this funding to basically build that game. And then at the same time, PlayStation acquires Bungie so that they can have live service, so that Bungie can come teach them live service games. They spent $3 billion. Do you know what $3 billion is? $1 billion has $1 billion is 5 games, 5 $200 million games. 2 is 10, 3 is 15. PlayStation could have made 15 bangers, full blown. I'm not talking about the small scale. And they took it and went to go buy Bungie, or went to go hire a tutor in Bungie that doesn't even have good financial management. Bungie, where their boss was basically showing off his $1 million car collection, and his employees are getting fired. That's bad. That's bad business management. That's if you and this is something that you find. Not every creative is a good financial, officer to be able to keep their talent. They can't keep their talent. They can't do as good enough a job as Sony expects them to do. And this is on their leadership. And then at the same time, somewhere, somehow, we're supposed to think that this was a healthy purchase at the end of the day. So PlayStation is making all these moves. They're moving all these directions. And somehow these PlayStation fans come to the channel. Instead of them looking and saying, oh, here's what you're saying. If they see anything that they think is contradictory, they follow on that same line and point it out. I'm not saying they should agree with me. They want to heckle. They want to do all this stuff. And to me, I think, no, that kind of behavior is not tolerated. Fair Games is another one coming. I mean, we're going to be seeing another PlayStation Live Service game. Guys, these guys are not going to stop. They have taken, according to them, they're going to shift 60% of their funding to this particular direction. They need this live service game. But you on the PlayStation side, you can't talk with two sides of your mouth. That's what's going on. Y'all are talking out of both sides of your mouth. You're saying PlayStation is fine, but then you're not buying Concord. You didn't buy Concord because, and I'm calling y'all out because y'all are hypocrites. You didn't buy Concord, yet you'll come out to the VG5 School channel and say, oh, well, PlayStation is fine. Why didn't you buy Concord then? You're telling PlayStation that what they're doing doesn't work. Why don't you then join me in saying so and being vocal about it rather than sitting here playing defense for a company that is basically losing its grip on reality? So again, I'm catching you. I don't know. I don't mean to, be this way, but I'm calling y'all out because you guys are on my side. You don't, believe that PlayStation should be taking these steps. Yet when I point them out, you complain, you heckle, but yeah, you did not buy Concord. And so I have hope. I mean, I know that, my fellow PlayStation fans, and as a former, hardcore, maybe not radical, but, hardcore PlayStation fan, I think the red pill is just hard to swallow for some of you. And I think it's a pride thing. Seeing PlayStation in a light that you probably have never necessarily seen them in before, that could be abrasive. That could be problematic. But in pointing the problems out, we're going to really change the industry. Right now, Bloodborne fans all over the world are looking and saying, really? They can't kick off a Bloodborne game? They can't make an agreement that works, and they spent $3 billion on Bungie? After Elden Ring has become a hit, they can see how it's going to print money. However, they don't want to do it. Maybe, according to some, in a conspiratorial way, they're thinking that the possibility is they want to go ahead and sell it as a PS6 launch. Who knows? But if they want to sell it as a PS6 launch, then that's just a waste in terms of a generation. It is. Because they could make so much money out of it at this moment in time, seeing how the Elden Ring mania is a thing out there. Or maybe From Software is going to basically say to them, we're not interested in actually working on this game for you. Find somebody else, but we can't also give you our engine as well. That's also a possibility. You told us that you wanted our engine only for, Bloodborne on PlayStation 4, so eat it. And From Software is looking and saying, nah, we're not going to stay as, we're not going to try to compete against you, PlayStation. We're going to just do our thing. And what PlayStation needs to do is they need to pull money out of the money bag. But they don't want to do it because they're more interested in getting a live service game because, yes, they can spend more money on the upfront, but they know that it's going to be minting money. So rather than actually give their consumers value, they want to go this whole direction of doing things their own way. So again, I'm not interested in stopping in talking about these issues. Not at all. Xbox right now is going to be a content machine because PlayStation doesn't know where it's at. If anything, I'm going to talk about PlayStation from that perspective. And I think, if you're truly someone who is, who cares about gaming at the end of the day, you're going to see it and you're going to point it out rather than acting like a little child in the comment section and getting blocked. I will block you. If I see your comment that has nothing to do with the video and you're heckling, I straight up, you will not speak on this channel. Go outside and go talk somewhere else, but not on this channel. That's not going to happen. So let's act like grown-ups because I'm sure most of you are grown men. That's how, if we sat across the table, if you were going to be saying stuff like that, you probably won't say it in my face. Maybe you would. Maybe you are just kind of rude like that. But, at the end of the day, I'd probably stand up and walk away because, not addressing those kinds of behaviors at the end of the day. So thank you very much for watching the videos. We're going to continue talking about the pertinent issues in the industry. I'm not the one that's actually causing them. PlayStation put itself in this particular situation with Concord and is putting itself in all these different situations with bringing you guys a PlayStation 4 Pro for 75% more cost and like less than 20 or 40% performance. That by itself alone, if that's not an insult, then I don't know what else is. And then you have some PlayStation fans that are like, hey, I don't care. Well, it's okay. Don't care, but as somebody who plays on PlayStation, I do care. So if you watch my videos, you're going to also hear about it from me. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Appreciate y'all so much. Peace out.